I don't want you to see failure as a disease. I want you to see it as a currency. I want you to know that there are lessons that you learn and you gain wisdom in the lesson. You gain a deeper understanding of the power of your future. There are things you will be able to buy in your future with the currency of failure, with the lesson that you learn.
Sometimes your life will be in a slump, just like sports. Some of the best shooters can't hit baskets different times in games. They get in a slump. Do they sit on the sideline and say, I just didn't hit a basket today? No, they continue to execute. I suggest to you that if you are facing a challenge, don't stop. Stay busy. Work your plan. Continue to do those things that you know that work for you after you have evaluated yourself in the situation. Continue to move. Stay busy, stay busy, stay busy.
And I think this is really important whether you are writing a book or you're starting a restaurant or you're writing a business plan. You have to understand that good ideas take time. And if you are working and toiling away like I was and something doesn't feel right, pay attention to that.
And as Brian Tracy said, attempt the impossible in order to improve your work. Think about that for a second. Attempt the impossible just to get better, to try the things that you know are going to fail, things that the world is going to tell you simply cannot be. But even if it violates the laws of physics, if there's something in that attempt that you're going to learn, you owe it to yourself. You have a fucking moral obligation to try. Because all of the people that will lie in your wake are the people that didn't try simply because they didn't believe that they could do it.
Take a look back over the last few months. Did you make some mistakes? How could you correct those for the future? Take a look back over the last year. Have you done it right or done it wrong? Let's correct it for the next year. Learn from your personal experience. Let's make the changes.
Every now and then, you got to look in that mirror and say, you know what? My bad. My fault. My mistake. You got to have goals that take you to the brink. You are about to remodel you. You are about to rebuild you. A better version of you. Ain't nothing wrong with you, but we got to get you better. There's nothing wrong with you, but you got to improve.
We may not be perfect people, we may not have perfect situations, but we are still significant nonetheless. And we have been blessed with a rich body of emotions. We have emotions. We're not like roses or plants or bushes that have life without feeling. We have feelings, and when we use them properly, they are very effective in motivating you toward your destiny.
If you're willing to put in that effort, if you're willing to transform, if you're willing to change and fight and struggle, you will be rewarded with growth. You'll be rewarded with improvement. You'll be rewarded with the ability to close your eyes, imagine a world, and then open your eyes and make that world come true.
You need a value hierarchy. It's inevitable that you have a value hierarchy and that you look at the world through it, and that it should be well structured, and that there should be something of divine importance at the top. I would say what should occupy the top position is the realization, for example, that each person is of divine value, and that the most appropriate way of interacting with potential is by embodying and speaking the truth. That's not a bad way of briefly conceptualizing what might be at the highest pinnacle of the value structure. I would say that's what the Logos is. And so the soul is what manifests itself in the choice between different pathways, in the choice between different ways of transforming the potential of the future into the actuality of the present. And it does that by making ethical decisions, by choosing between good and evil at each choice point. And to the degree that it chooses good, then it takes the raw potential of the future and it transforms it into the being of the present that is good. And to the degree that it does that in a manner that's evil and contaminated by malevolence and hatred and vengefulness, then it takes a pathway that corrupts the world and makes things worse. And it's the soul that's doing that, and it's the soul that's responsible for that. And it's also that active part of the soul that's shaping the deeper soul in some sense, which would be something like the cumulative consequence of all those choices, something akin to what people more classically have referred to as character.
I want to check in with you as we're coming towards the end of 2022, and whoo, what a year. Now, today is Small Business Saturday, and to all my fellow business owners, I see you and I celebrate you. I know that you may be reevaluating your priorities right now and taking a fresh look at all of the different areas of your life and your business, and now is a good time to do that. Look at every area of your life. Look at every area of your business. I'm here today to ask you, are you ready to build a future that matches the vision of what your 360 abundant life looks like in your head? Because you have a vision in your head, but are you ready to design the life that matches that vision? Are you ready to connect the dots to what you know is possible and what's available out there for you? Are you ready to put the things together? I'm going to give it to you straight, no chaser. Here's the thing. You can't just dream about your ideal life. I see that happening so many times. You can't just wish for your ideal life. You can't just Google download your ideal life. You can't ask Siri or Alexa for it. You cannot do that. You can't just talk about your ideal life. You have to do something.